guys, this is Lauren Hollows for NOI Education Services, and I am here this week just to talk about a few things that the new RTO standards got right and the things that they can do to help your organization. So one of the first things that I want to talk about in relationship to things that the new RTO standards got right, because a lot of people are focusing on what they've gotten wrong, is the focus on well-being and student support services. And I think this has been coming for a long time. I know I've certainly been saying, the expectation of what I'm going to see is a lot stronger focus on student well-being and student support and student progression and things like that. And basically the idea that once you accept an enrollment, you are responsible for supporting that student through the learning process. And so one of the things that this forces is RTOs to take the entry and the enrollment acceptance process a lot more seriously. Now, this is done automatically at the moment for those that are doing and dealing with state funding contracts and those that are working in the CRICOS space. Now, I won't get into the CRICOS space because, as we all know, there's certainly some issues at the moment that have been brought to light which show that certainly 14 providers are doing things very, very, very wrong. However, the focus on well-being and support services and the idea that once you accept a student's enrollment, you are responsible for supporting that one. So accepting an enrollment and then going, oh, their language and literacy skills aren't good enough. Oh, their English isn't good enough. Oh, they don't know how to work with computers. Oh, they don't know this. Oh, well, guess what? It's because you haven't done your due diligence at the beginning of the course. You need to actually have an enrollment process where you're interacting with your students. This shouldn't be news. So you need to set up processes, and there are so many tools nowadays to automate large parts of the enrollment process, but at some point in that process, you need to be having an interaction with the student and kind of making sure that the student understands the course. Are they actually interested in the course? Like in the traineeship space, this is huge. Students signing up for courses and being told, look, I'm only doing this because my employer told me to do this and I don't even know what the course is about. You need to have an interaction with the students, okay? And that doesn't mean that you need to take them through a huge process, that requires like an hour-long LLN assessment, things like that, but you need to have interactions with them. People need to have interactions with people to make sure that they understand what they're getting into and that they understand what their responsibilities are and that they understand what your responsibilities as the RTO are. So this is one of the things that the standards have gotten right in relationship to, once you take on this person, you take on all of their learner needs as well. And it should make you as an RTO reflect on your enrollment process and then go, okay, what are the students that we can take on? What are the students that we can't take on? Now, this is going to be a little bit difficult in terms of equity and things like that, and, making sure that your processes are equitable, but, you need to be thinking about your entry assessment processes for students. Language, literacy, numeracy. What are the outcomes? I've seen in a lot of RTOs where we're accepting students and the question is going to be, well, look, even if we can get the student through the qualification, are they actually going to be employable in any way, shape or form? And for job seeker courses, this is something that we should be focusing on more. So that is my point for today. I have got a couple more points that I'm going to raise in and around this well-being issue, but please have a look at your enrollment process. Think about the interaction that occurs with the student. Think about the information that's provided to the student and the way that it's provided to the student. Because guess what? Having just like a 30-page student handbook nowadays is really not the way to engage your students. Short videos, quick emails, text messages, live chats, things like that. There's a lot more mature ways and realistic ways to engage your students. Just like there is better ways to engage them in the classroom, there's better ways to engage them pre-commencement, pre-enrollment, and things like that. So that's just my handy tip for today. This is Lauren Hollows from NOI Education Services. I hope you guys are having a great day. Bye.